Hey traders, Adam Ryan here with Optic Trading. Welcome back to another video. So glad you guys can join me today. In this video, it's all about how the pros are being outsmarted by the retail rookie traders, okay? And I don't mean they're actually being like tricked or manipulated or outsmarted by retail, but I'm trying to say that the playing field is level, right? It's not as disproportionate and they have this huge advantage like I once thought. I remember when I was beginning and starting my trading career, I always wished I could get a job at a hedge fund. I always wished I could be at a proprietary trading firm because I thought, oh, if I just got there and I'd get their training and some experienced trader would take me under his wing and teach me everything he knows, I'd be able to get it, right? I'd get it, you know, and I'd have this trading thing. And what I realized is that if I would have got a job trading at a hedge fund or a prop firm, I wouldn't have developed into the trader I am today. And I believe there is an edge to be had by the retail trader. And I want to share that with you in this video so you can exploit that edge and take it to the fullest, right? And this is what really gets me excited because so many people think we're at a disadvantage. We don't have the biggest bankrolls. We don't have the biggest research and analysts and all this. And we don't have an experienced trader taking us under our belt. But you know what? That probably would hurt most traders, and I'm going to explain why it would and why I think it's better to go it alone and be a lone wolf in this business and develop things yourself. In my career, I had two instances where I met two traders. One was an institutional trader, the other one was a hedge fund trader, and I left both of those thinking, hey, wait a second, maybe I'm not at a huge disadvantage. Maybe I am going the right way and maybe I'm onto something here, right? And I'm going to share with you those stories so you can see for yourself, and then later we're going to talk about what the advantage is that we have and how you can really push it and develop yourself as a trader. Okay, so I was at a dinner party maybe about a few years into my career, 4 or 5 years into my career, and I finally met this institutional trader. He was trading at a bank, and I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta talk to this guy, I gotta pick his brain, I gotta get all his secrets, figure out what he knows so I can go home and do it. And I'm so pumped up, and I started talking to the guy, and I was completely bored. The strategy that he was explaining to me was so boring. It didn't resonate with me or my personality, or he didn't come across as the superstar trader that I idolized, that I thought in my mind that these bank traders, they're so amazing. His strategy was basically, he was just hedging things. He wasn't taking directional positions. And the conversation turned towards me, and he was excited at what I was doing. And he thought what I was doing was amazing, that I could take outright positions and read the order flow and do this. Like, he thought it was impossible what I was doing, right? And the reason he thought it was impossible, because the person who trained him and the person probably who trained that person said, this is the way to do it. This is the way to make consistent money. We hedge, we have low returns, low risk, right? This is the way to do it. Whereas me, I'm at home, nobody's telling me the way to do it, right? So that was kind of the way I left that. And I was like, interesting, okay. But I still kind of thought that, oh, there's other pros out there, there's this and that, like maybe bank trading's not it. Now fast forward maybe 4 or 5 years, I wanna say, and I met a trader who traded at a hedge fund. Now this trader was leaps and bounds ahead of the institutional trader. Like, this guy was really doing it. Like, I'm talking huge amounts of money he was making, and the skill set was amazing too, trading huge size and understanding that, because my whole strategy is trying to find the size, trying to find the trader's trap. And he was the size. So to get some insight into how he was trading was pretty interesting. And I brought like a bunch of charts over to his house. I brought all this order flow patterns. We started talking. We talked about manipulation, spoofing, and he gave me some insight into how the professional with large size actually moves the market, how they intend to move it, and how they cover their tracks so they can do things legally. And that was the huge aha moment to me, because I always thought like, hey, if I see large size in the book and it trades, oh, that's real size. Not necessarily. A lot of the time, if they show the order, it's not what they want to do. So that was very interesting to me, and how that they can use manipulation tactics, but do it in a way that's actually legal and it's by the law. So it's very interesting. These tactics happen all the time, and that was exciting. But again, when I started talking to him, he was more interested in what I was doing, right? He couldn't believe that I was doing this, because he's huge at a hedge fund, and he's thinking like, when you're making money, you need size, right? Because you got to make yourself right. Like, when you're trading with size, you can make yourself right. You can do things that you can't do when you're a small trader. And to be just trading with the flow, just going in and out like that, he couldn't believe I was doing it. He even said, I couldn't do what you do. And I was like, what? I was like, you're trading huge size, doing all these things, and he was thinking that he couldn't believe what I do. So again, I left the conversation thinking, I don't think I'm at a disadvantage. I think I think I'm onto something, right? I think I'm really onto something. So I kept going at it, and I kept thinking that maybe these traders aren't the superstar traders like we thought. Maybe, yes, I know there's some high performing traders that are very creative and they develop things, but majority of the traders aren't. Majority of the hedge fund managers and hedge funds can't beat the S&P. They have really small returns. They're not that great, but I thought they were the best thing. I thought I needed to be there. And maybe some of you out there are thinking the same thing, like, oh, we're at this huge disadvantage at home, and we're not. And I'm gonna share a story with you now about, well, this isn't my story. I don't even know if it's a real story. It could be fictional or not, but it really hits home the principles that I'm trying to talk about. And I heard this from a motivational speaker, so I'm not gonna get word for word exactly the story right, but I'll get the gist of it in the main point. So two boys are playing on the ice, right? There's a pond, it's frozen over. One of the boys falls through, the other one's panicking. He sees the kid, he's banging at the ice, he's trying to get through. He looks up, there's a tree, he jumps at the tree, grabs a branch, smacks it through the ice, gets the kid out, he saves the day. You know, long story short, the police are called, and there's an old man off to the side kind of watching everything that's happening, and the police are shocked. They're like, how is it possible that this kid did this? They see the branch, it's heavier than the kid, it's bigger than the kid. They don't know how he could possibly lift it up, smash it into the ice, and save the kid, right? And as they're talking, the old man comes in and he says, I'll tell you how he did it. There wasn't anyone here to tell him that he couldn't do it. And that's the powerful thing here, right? And that's what I realized. I'm like, that's how I did it. There wasn't anyone telling me that I couldn't do it. There wasn't anyone telling me that I got a hedge, or I can't trade with order flow, or I can't trade this one particular market every day. You got to trade the stocks in play. You know, there's nobody telling me that. So I could explore, I could do anything. And I'm gonna tell you, probably for every, 20 to 50 ideas, maybe one of them works out, right? Maybe even out of 100, one works out. And that's the painful thing of being a trader, because you got to do it yourself instead of somebody telling you, hey, this is what works. And maybe they may have one thing that works, but you might miss out on a whole bunch of things that can make you a great trader that do work, right? Being completely creative, being completely open to every opportunity that the market has to offer. And that's what I think we have as an edge as a retail trader. We do have that edge because we don't know. We got to go this way, we got to go that way. If you're actually dedicated and you want this, you're not going to give up. So you're going to keep pounding the door, you're going to keep knocking the door until it opens, and you're going to stumble across something great if you don't give up. So what does that look like? How can we do that as the retail trader at home? Well, if you're new to trading or you've been trading for a while, this is what you got to do. You got to explore multiple asset classes, okay? Stocks, bonds, futures, whatever the case is, multiple time frames, okay? Short time frame, long time frame. You got to try all different things that you can get your hands on, okay? Different strategies, different approaches to the market, right? Don't let somebody tell you you can't do something, right? I don't know how many times people told me, oh, you can't day trade one market, right? You can't just do that. Well, I'm doing it, right? So it's like, there's so many people who are going to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You cannot listen to them, because you absolutely can do anything. We're limitless. There's nothing we can't do. And the thing is, if you want to be a great trader, if you want to be the best, you got to do something that the other traders haven't done yet, right? If you're doing everything that they're doing, if we're at a bank and we're all hedging and everybody's hedging and everybody's doing the same thing, where's the alpha? Where's the edge? You got to do something that they're not doing. And to do that, you got to use your mind. You got to open it up to all the possibilities and find out what's real, what's not, what works, what doesn't for yourself. Have no limits, no bounds, and see where you can take yourself. See how far you can go. And if you don't give up and you're persistent, you absolutely can do it. We can level the playing field, and you can outsmart the pros. You can do things that they haven't done, and this is how you do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me the thumbs up. That lets me know you guys enjoy these videos and you want more of them, which I am more than happy to create. Best of luck with your trading, and we'll see you in the next video.